Hi everybody, my name is Maria Marino and I'm here at the famous Felix the Cat Studios in my hometown of Hamburg, New Jersey with a local singer-songwriter who also happens to be a good friend of mine. Her name is Rachel Allyn and she just released her latest album, which is a follow-up to her 2009 EP, Late Nights and Early Mornings. This new one is called Do It Yourself. How excited are you that this project is finally complete?
I'm so excited. It feels like it took forever. Like it all built up to this and now we can hold it in our hands and we have it. Finally we're able to let everyone hear it.
It's called Do It Yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me the story behind that title.
Well, one of the songs on the album is called Do It Yourself, but it was also my co-writer and producer Warren Hibbert and I were kind of like the team. It was pretty much just us that kind of pulled it all together, and we had a lot of help from other people, awesome musicians who played on here who gave us price breaks and photographers who worked with us and everything. But for the most part, I mean, it was he and I that wrote everything and pulled everything together and made it all happen. So it's a song on the album, but it's also kind of the essence of how it all came to be.
Speaking of Warren, you guys have worked together for quite a while now.
A long time.
How is the creative process with you guys? How does it work?
We kind of just like get each other musically, but generally when we're writing, I'll bring in some lyrics into the studio and he'll throw some chord ideas at me and I'll start singing some melodies, and it kind of just develops that way. And then Warren played a bunch of instruments on it and he produced the whole thing, so I'm the one on the cover. It's my face on there, but it's Warren and I. It's kind of like it's our baby, it's our project.
As far as the genre of this music goes, how would you describe it?
We kind of approached this album from like a genreless sort of place. If I had to describe it, I'd say it's very heavily country influenced. There's a lot of alt country aspects to it. It's singer-songwriter. There's some old rock and roll sort of vibe. So it's kind of like in the cracks between a bunch of stuff. I feel like it comes together in a cool way. But yeah, we wrote all these songs and we just kind of tried to write the best songs that we could and just kind of let them go where they will. Like we didn't want to be like, okay, this song has to have a steel guitar because it's supposed to be a country song or whatever. We kind of just wanted all the songs to have the arrangements that we felt like they were begging for, instead of trying to fit them into a certain thing.
I know you've had a lot of different musical influences throughout your life,
Yeah.
but who in particular influenced this record?
I always say I've got three of my biggest influences. One would be the Beatles, specifically John Lennon. Another would be Emmylou Harris, and another would be Elvis Costello. The three of them have always influenced my writing and who I am as a musician. But I was also listening to Bruce Springsteen's album Wrecking Ball and Miranda Lambert's album For the Record, which they both came out during the writing of Do It Yourself.
You actually decided to cover a Beatles song, which was Dear Prudence.
Yeah, we did.
Now, why did you choose that song in particular out of everything you could have covered?
I know, there are so many. It was overwhelming. And I'd always wanted to do a Beatles cover because I'm such a huge fan of all of it. So to pick one it seemed like a daunting task, but it kind of just happened. Warren and I started playing it as a duo a couple years ago, and it kind of just evolved into our own little version of it, and the more comfortable we got with it, we were just kind of like, oh, this really fits the direction of the whole album that we're going in, and it's one of my favorite songs. I think it's gorgeous.
Well, I love it, and you guys certainly do it justice.
Thank
on the
you.
album.
I'm so proud of our whole arrangement and everything.
This might be a little bit of a tough question, but if you had to pick, what do you think your favorite song on the record would be?
That is a tough one, Maria. I mean, my favorite kind of changes all the time. And it was kind of during the process of the album. Anytime that we came up with a cool line or somebody sent us back like a really cool guitar part or something, like that would be my favorite one for a while because I was obsessed with listening to like the solo or like my background vocals on Trigger Man or something. But lately it's been Sweet Sun Shower, which is a song that was written for my sister. It's kind of a lullaby. It's the last song on the album. And Warren wrote this really cool cello line at the end. And I have just been listening to the end of Sweet Sun Shower over and over because I'm like obsessed with the ending of it.
Right.
So that's, I would say, at the moment,
yes,
that's my favorite
This could
song.
change tomorrow.
Yeah.
The one last thing I want to talk about is, of course, how some of the proceeds from your record sales are going towards Superstorm Sandy relief efforts.
Yes.
Now, how did that come about?
Well, I mean, you and I both know we're both Jersey girls, so we both
sure.
we go down the shore all the time in the summer, and we play down the shore a lot. There are a lot of venues that are down there that were destroyed or, you know, damaged in some way. Besides the fact that you know, we work with Thunder 106, which is a radio station down there. We play a lot of shows. So we know a lot of people who live there. We know people who have houses there. And seeing the pictures of the devastation was just like crazy.
Right.
So after seeing all that and just, you know, being a part of the music scene down there, we thought it would be awesome, even just a little bit, to give back in some small way.
For everything Rachel Allyn related, go to rachelallyn.com and you'll see news about the band, and you can actually listen to a couple of your tracks on there. And also, if you want to come see the band live, their tour dates are on there. And of course, don't forget to pick up a copy of Do It Yourself. It's available online through iTunes and all kinds of other digital retailers. And you can also purchase hard copies online as well, or in person at the shows. So thanks again, Rachel, for having me.
Thank you, Maria.